Shalom, and welcome to Qol Elohim. I am Brother Yisrael of Beth Yahweh, located in Baltimore, Maryland. We are continuing with our lesson entitled Shema Yisrael, taken from Devarim, or Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4, which reads, Hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh, our mighty one, Yahweh is one. Today we begin in Romans chapter 3 and verse 29, which reads, Or is he the mighty one of the Yahudim only, and not also of the Gentiles? Yea, of the Gentiles also. This was written by Brother Shaul. The thought behind this is the simple fact that we all come from the same source. To verify that, let's go to Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 and 27, which reads, And Elohim said, Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over all the creeping creatures that creep on the earth. And Elohim created the man in his image. In the image of Elohim, he created him, male and female, he created them. And the emphasis being placed on the fact that Elohim created man, not so much to specify masculinity, but to specify the fact that mankind stems from the same source. So why can't we be equal in our walk with the Most High? This is following along when Brother Shaul writes, as we read earlier in Ephesians, there is one body. Let's take a look at some scriptures. In Galatians chapter 3 and verse 28, which reads, There is not Yahudi nor Greek. There is not slave nor free. There is not male and female. For you are all one in Mashiach Yahushua. And if you are of Mashiach, then you are seed of Abraham and heirs according to the promise. Now, what we want to start practicing, my brothers and my sisters, we want to start living based on the word. Here, it makes no difference where you come from as far as your ethnicity, as far as the country of your family's origin. Regardless of where you are descended from, if you have accepted Mashiach Yahushua, you have now become part of one body, one group of believers. Let's continue. Colossians chapter 3, starting at verse 9. Do not lie to each other, since you have put off the old man with its practices. Keep that in mind, because many of us are still caught up into divisive modes of thinking, because we are being guided by that old man, that carnal man, which the scriptures clearly teach is enmity against the Most High. But let's continue. Verse 10. And have put on the new one, who is renewed in knowledge according to the likeness of him who created him. In other words, where the Creator is taking us is back to the beginning. We are being restored to the original state of mankind, who was first and foremost created in the image and the likeness of Elohim. But let's continue. Verse 11. Where there is not Greek and Yahudi, circumcised and uncircumcised, foreigner, Scythian, slave, free, but Mashiach is all and in all. We're going back to the beginning, my brothers and my sisters. When you look at something that was written by Brother Shaul in the book of Romans, when he says not to be conformed to this world, indicating this way of thinking, but to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that carnal mind which is enmity against the Most High. Let it be renewed, made new again. Renewed to what state? The state that we were when we were first created, in the image and the likeness of Elohim. We are not in that image and that likeness currently. We lost that when our forefather and our foremother fell into the deceptive plan of the adversary. From that point on, they, as well as their descendants, have been in bondage to the adversary, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. That is why that scripture was written. The reason why the whole world has been deceived is because our father Adam and our mother Chava were deceived. Therefore, their children were born into deception. But let's continue. We're going to pick up in Ephesians chapter 2, beginning at verse 11. Therefore, remember that you, once Gentiles in the flesh, who are called the uncircumcision by what is called the circumcision, made in the flesh by hands, that at that time you were without Mashiach, excluded from the citizenship of Yisrael, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no expectation, and without Elohim in the world. But now, indicating a change, a shift has taken place. But now, in Mashiach Yahushua, you who once were far off have been brought near by the blood of HaMashiach. For he is our peace, who has made both one, and having broken down the partition of the barrier, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, the Torah of the commands in dogma, doctrine, so as to create in himself one renewed man from the two, thus making peace, and to completely restore to favor both of them unto Elohim in one body, through the stake, having destroyed the enmity by it. And having come, he brought as good news peace to you who were far off, and peace to those near. Because through him we both have access to the Father by one Spirit. So then, you are no longer strangers and foreigners. Let me repeat that. So then, you are no longer strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the holy ones and members of the household of Elohim, having been built upon the foundation of the emissaries and prophets, Yahushua Mashiach himself being chief cornerstone, in whom all the building being joined together, grows into a holy dwelling place in Yahweh, in whom you also are being built together into a dwelling of Elohim in the Spirit. To which body do you belong? Yisrael or to another? I am Brother Yakiel of Beth Yahweh located in Baltimore, Maryland, bidding all of you shalom.